I work with Misfits. We have a big falling out.
Because of you and KSI, right? Like,
Yeah, me and KSI.
about him, and
well,
KSI
there were
got
some other
pissed?
things that I didn't agree with. I'm not a mouthpiece. You're not going to tell me what to say, when to say it.
Hell yeah. Oh, he spit on some guy's
Spit on a guy. Don't do nothing about it. I spit on your
I'm
face.
just a waiter here, dude.
Connor's not very stable.
Can you read this tweet from Connor for us?
15 minutes, I done Aldo in 15 seconds. Shut. Oh,
I was like,
didn't know.
Why?
This is crazy, dude. Terrance Crawford, top 2, maybe top 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. 168 pounds, massive jump. I'm just gonna say it. I think Canelo beats him.
But X Factor,
This is
people
amazing.
think he's Kendrick Lamar. This is That's an X Factor.
Well, I thought the person on the right was Jafar from Aladdin. So I fucking, you know what I mean?
Guys, welcome back to the Casuals MMA. We are a combat sports and MMA show hosted by very, very casual fans that don't know anything at all and all wear black. Because it's a funeral for Bryce Mitchell today. Guys, my name is Gilbert. That's Nick. And we have one of Bryce Mitchell's closest friends, David So.
Shout out to baby.
Oh,
That's
God.
my boy.
Shout
out. You had it right the first time.
Bleep all that out, Michael. And
No,
guys,
start with it hardcore. I'm with Bryce Mitchell, dude.
and we have an amazing guest here, an uncomfortable guest right now because of that
Super
intro.
uncomfortable now.
His
We're
last
good.
time on the show.
What's wrong with what he
Appreciate you guys bringing me.
I don't understand. I'm kidding. You guys haven't watched the show. I'm kidding.
No, cut that part out. Keep the other stuff out.
No. I'm kidding.
We have OG combat sports YouTuber. We have a commentator. We have, dare I say, probably the next guy to beat up KSI or Dillon Danis. Give it up for Wade Concept, Wade Plemons.
Thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. I
here.
appreciate it. Happy to be here. You know what's funny? You guys are called the Casuals, right? I am the Casual Concept as well. So this is all going to work out perfect.
Great.
Casual
your takes.
information,
You are no
misinformation,
casual, sir.
all of that. We're here for it.
You're no casual, dude.
Yeah.
All right, it's
You
tough
actually
right
do
now.
the facts.
Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell, yay or nay?
It's a nay, as in what a horse does. Yeah, no, there's no way that people that are just now looking at Bryce Mitchell haven't seen this coming. The guy has said some of the craziest, I'm going to curse, the craziest shit you'll ever hear. I was watching him talk about, obviously people saw the whole boxing controversy in the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
And in Maine and all that. And he was like, saying his opinion on things. He's like, I think that is a male and not a female, yada, yada. And then at the end goes, and I'll tell you something else. I think he was calling Kaepernick.
Bro, that was my favorite one.
I was like, okay, where are we going? He's all over the place.
Yeah.
When he said that, I was like, man, this guy's a really good comic. And then I saw his eyes. I'm like, oh, he's serious.
No, he's
all
dead
right.
serious.
He doesn't believe it. He's like, yeah, no, that was
Believes
Colin
it.
Kaepernick.
Let's be real. Let's call him Kaepernick. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think now that he has a podcast, we've just seen the tip of the iceberg here. Have you guys heard the name of the podcast, by the
No,
way?
what is it called?
Ark Insanity.
That's
Well,
tight.
there you
Name.
go.
It's good branding.
It is.
It's
Good brand.
I like
Good.
it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely tuning in. I'm subscribed just because it's content, man.
I heard the Hitler episode was his first episode.
First episode,
That was
baby. You got to
first
go
drop.
hot.
You gotta go.
You gotta go
Cut off the rip.
Yeah. Invest in the honey. Honey doesn't expire when it's the end of the world.
The funniest part of the whole thing is you look at his co-host while he's saying it, and you can see the depths of hell he's going through. He's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah,
What's wrong with Al-Qaeda?
What'd you guys think of Dana's response to that? He was like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
He dropped a ton of stats, which I didn't know. And I
Which
was
is
like,
crazy.
He read them like they were. He read them like someone said. He read them like they were like stats from the fight night.
Like the gate
Lion
was
gate.
18,000.
When he said that, it's like, why you know so much about Hitler, bro? I'm like, that's a very odd,
Flips
like,
the paper. He's like, let me get into this.
somebody was like, you got to read these facts before
I know,
you go on your press conference.
14,762 people. That's specific, huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It was like if you guys have been around, it was like old school Dana.
Yeah.
When Dana would
like it.
and even the Paul Daly stuff when he kicked Paul out of the UFC after he swung on guy after that kind of Dana I enjoy.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, give me old Dana back, not like super. Oh well, go
He
ahead.
kept doubling down. He's
Yeah.
like, let me tell you how stupid Bryce Mitchell is.
Yeah.
And you're like,
He put a drill to his
nutsack.
And then
is that a reverse order?
When would the president of any sports league say that?
That's what's so great about MMA.
Adam
like
Silver saying that.
you're never getting Adam Silver. You're never getting Roger Goodell. Never.
Oh, that's just the best. I didn't even know about
He
that.
drilled his own nuts.
That was
amazing.
That was content?
I didn't know that was a vlog of Bryce Mitchell's that he did. Like that sounds
That's
like
an embedded.
Day one. Embedded.
So, Wade, just for our audience,
Yeah.
so we can know a little more about you. we'll just start that here. You took a Misfits boxing fight.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
did we get from point
Amazing.
A to point B? Because I've been trying to get David to fight an
Well, I'm
influencer
asking
boxing.
for too much money.
Oh, see, there you go. Price
money
himself
to-
out. For me, hey, no.
$10?
Yeah, it was discounted. So yeah, I started obviously doing content around combat sports in like 2017. I would watch the UFC cards and like I'd be on live stream for like 9 hours.
Wow.
early
Oh my
prelims.
God.
You know,
Yeah, we suck
like
at
I was
that.
in the weeds doing it, and just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was a college dropout. I even tried to do some pro wrestling at one point. Like I was
no way.
doing all over the place.
No
No,
way.
don't glaze past that
Oh,
story.
dude,
dude.
there's so much, man. I used to live out here. I worked with LA Models for a bit. I was, you know what I'm saying? It was way back
model.
in the day. I was
Different
on
version.
Yeah,
modeling.
when he walked, I was like, "Fuck you, good-looking guy, dude." You know what our fucking MO is here?
Yeah, and you're
Fucked up
6'7",
ears, weird
fuck
shaped
you, dude.
body, fat
Big
head,
titties. Big titties. Come on, man.
tall and handsome, beating people's asses. You don't belong here, dude.
So I do the content. I'm not really making any progress. I'm trying. I'm working hard. And then this influencer boxing stuff starts, and everybody's shitting on it. Like, oh, who are these guys? They got millions of dollars. They're no fighters. And I just looked at it and went, you know what? They're trying hard. They're training. And I start doing a little bit of breakdowns on the training. The channel starts growing, and eventually I become somehow the kind of the speaker for influencer boxing, and covering the whole events. And I guess long story short, I work with Misfits. We have a big falling out. It's
Is that because of you and KSI, right? Like,
yeah, me
you
and
said some
KSI
shit about him, and
yeah,
he.
well, it wasn't even. It was pretty tame on my end. I just said that I thought. Well, I didn't even actually say this, but I agreed with Jake Paul, who had said that him and Tommy Fury rematch may draw more than him and Jake Paul or him and KSI, and I was like, yeah,
That was it. That's all you said.
that may well
KSI
there were
got
some other
pissed?
things that I didn't agree with that they were doing. They were doing tag team boxing. I was like, that's probably not safe. I don't know if there's a way to make that make sense, or just some other stuff they were doing, and I was critical. I'm an opinionated guy. You're not gonna really. I'm not a mouthpiece. You're not gonna tell me what to say, when to say it.
Hell yeah, bitch.
I'm just gonna do what I'm doing.
Yeah, KSI. Don't fuck with Wade.
So eventually, it boiled to a head, and we parted ways in a pretty public fashion. There was like this whole Twitter space, have fun on Kingpin. They fired me essentially in public,
Oh shit.
and it
What a
kind of
weird-
backfired on them.
Yeah, what
because-
a weird move. That's not a good look on it.
No, I made a video, of course, content, so I went right back in. I was like, oh, here's the receipts, and ran through the whole list, caught them in all these different little
Oh, damn.
hypocritical. So anyway, I ended
MMA
up leaving-
guru'd it. Okay.
Yeah, guru'd it. Yeah, shout out MMA Guru. That's my guy. So I ended up going and working, with Jake Paul and those guys, which is a little bit more than no. You like that?
Your face, dude. Yeah.
And anyway,
White power. You know what I mean?
Bryce Mitchell's our guy.
and then at a certain point,
He's like, guy, I want to get out of
what
here.
the fuck is going on? At a certain
It's like, you
point,
can't tell me what to say. You can't tell this guy what to say.
at a certain point, I just decided, there was the whole thing. If you've never done combat, how can you talk about the sport? You've never done the sport. And even, I'm not super good friends with him. Logan Paul had called me out on it one time. He's like, how are you going to tell me how to punch, da-da-da? You haven't never done it. And it was in the back of my head, like, yeah, I
I
probably
mean, it's
should.
not like he really did much either, though, to be honest with you. It's like you just started, too.
Yeah.
So he's like really like a degree separation from you.
Right.
Like,
Which,
come on, guy.
Again, it is what it is. You don't have to train the sport to talk about it. Obviously, that's everybody can have.
Yeah, does everybody
Yeah.
watch
Yeah,
it?
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Any sport, basketball,
Yeah.
football, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
you.
I will say 17 years of football too. So,
Ooh.
but I'm
Come
just
on.
saying, if you
Look at
wanted,
this guy, dude.
if you want to have some credibility, is that like
that's awesome.
to speak to the inside of the ring stuff? I just went, okay, fuck it, I'll do it. And we were some talks, and credit to Misfits, everybody was able to lay their pride aside and get it done. And yeah, I went and boxed.
Damn.
Got a
Do
W.
you think that your because I saw your match, motherfucker, pretty good.
Yeah, bro. You
That was scary, to be honest with you.
oh, you guys have it here. Wow, that's great.
Dog, you're fucking good, dude.
I'm super green.
Little student of the game.
You don't. But here's the thing, though. You don't look green.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised by that, actually. Yeah.
Look at that. That's not somebody who's
Hammers.
green, dude. That's
Hold
not
that
somebody-
overhead.
Your cross is kind of wild in this fight.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. Shout out Mosiah, by the way. That's the guy I'm fighting, Mosiah Pinder. He was also, I think he actually had one fight. I don't know how he was eating some of this stuff. But he had one fight before this. But he was also super green. He was strong, man. He was super strong. But that's my guy now, man. Anytime he fights, I'm in his corner.
That's dope.
He's
That's
like
dope.
all respect because I put some some hammers on that dude.
He
He
ate
did
some
not
shot.
go
No.
away.
Right on the
He
butt,
did not
too.
go away, man. But yeah, this is me. By the way, am I the most generic boxer ever made? What are these shorts, dog?
Bro, you're like a creative fighter
I'm
on
the creative
UFC.
fighter. I'm literally. So what happened was I had some dope shorts, man. I had these tennis. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. And I had these dope Tennessee orange and white,
like UT, yeah.
volunteer shorts. I
Oh,
got
you're like
'em.
OSP? You were doing the...
Oh, bro, shout out OSP. by the way. Knoxville, Tennessee, baby. Yeah, I can't get down with the Omegas. I don't have the brand.
Oh, white guy with the Megafight.
I'm one of you guys.
Start stomping his shit.
Is that Wade?
Yeah, what the fuck?
In the middle, I'm all,
I know. Does a haka neck?
So the shorts were just too small. Hold that. Shorts were way too small, and so we just couldn't get it done. So I decided I'd be like a 1930s boxer.
Old time.
That's all you want.
Literally,
Punch out game.
Jack Dempsey out there, dude.
No,
But
but
yeah,
like
this
you
is
know,
it, man.
like you say you're green, but we've watched probably. I haven't seen a lot of Misfit fights, but a lot, a handful of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people with like similar amount of they don't look like you, right? So
Yeah.
when I saw you, I was like, how long have you been boxing for? Because I mean, obviously, like you're not a pro,
Right.
But you're way better than I would say like 90% of them.
Yeah,
which
for
is
sure.
pretty nuts.
Like Salt
Definite
Poppy's up
standout.
there.
Salt,
You.
hey,
Salt
Salt
Poppy.
Poppy is a motherfucker, dude. Good timing, great power, balance, and he's a southpaw.
Yeah.
Hard to
He's a
deal with.
I'll tell you this: I want no parts ever in any form of life of boxing. Salt Poppy. No, that guy's
He's too third world. That's why, dude. You know what I mean?
He's hungry, bro.
Yeah, this fool was
He's
literally
nasty.
hungry. Yeah, he was literally hungry.
He's starving right now.
Wait, so what was your training for this?
I was
Have you
gonna say,
trained before?
For
or-
me, I'd moved around a little bit and trained a tad bit here and there, hit the bag, maybe sparred once or twice. But honestly, I don't want to toot my own horn. I'm a decent enough athlete. I can pick up
a football. I'm pretty
I can
sure,
pick
man.
up sports fairly quickly, but I just I took to it well. But also, it was having a great teacher. I started my camp out here in California when I was actually supposed to fight a different guy. And then the fight was kind of like, okay, he's not going to be able to fight. So I was like, oh, do I want to keep training? And so then fight switched. I go to Arizona and come on, son. Hey,
shit!
right
Let's look at
hand
that
is
one more
hot
time.
right there.
Nice, man. That's
Hey,
Wow.
what the
From the
hell?
hip too. I'm gonna
Come on,
telegraph it.
Yeah,
You're
right.
fucking
From the
scary,
hip.
dude. Fuck that.
The level change. You know what's crazy? That jab actually hurt him worse than the right. And I just say it in the video. The jab hurt him worse than the right hand there because he didn't see it. I just touched him with it. And again, it's funny. I'm the analyst. I get to watch it back,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, there's so much little stuff I can do different here. But I start training with BJ Flores. Shout out to BJ Flores, man. He is the reason you guys saw what you saw. Because when I came to him, I can talk about good athlete, whatever. I look like dog shit. It was not good. If you guys saw some of my sparring sessions when I first got there, I was swinging in the air. I was doing like Shoryukens, freaking Ryu and Street Fighter. It looked,
Jumping off.
Yeah, I'm all head up in the air like freaking Mario. And he just, he made things very basic for me. And if you watch me fight, you'll see kind of where I get some of the inspiration from. BJ was a cruiserweight world title contender multiple times, but he's also a savant in the sport. He has studied in the sport. He has watched everyone. And he was like, dude, you're 6'4" or 6'3", 200 pounds. You shouldn't be fighting with these little high guards and doing all this head movement. He's like, you can do that, but I need you fighting like a heavyweight or a cruiserweight. So we started watching Vitaly Klitschko. We started watching Lennox Lewis. We started watching everybody throw those long guards out on people. Come on now. Long guard, right? Stuff things before they get there. Stuff in return. Level change. Jab. Made it very simple. If you watch me in the fight, I probably threw jab, right hand, left hook.
No,
Clean, too.
I think you did a lot of good deposits like to the body.
Oh,
and it
nope,
just
you ain't
kind of
getting there. Mosiah, you're my guy. Man. You go down with big fella. Hi, hold that.
It was the level changes that were kind of fucking him up, right?
Yeah.
Because you kept paying dividends to his body. And so he would dip down, but you would come up top, and he's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I think that's like the big mistake that a lot of like first boxers start with. They only go for the head. And so they're never expecting like a level change to happen. And so now he has just so much things to think about. So it was so good, man. I was like, oh, I'm surprised you said you were green because that's pretty
real.
fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Shot selection was money too.
Yeah.
Everything you threw was just like threatening, right? Getting them
That's
back
another
up.
thing too. Is you talk about the body work. I could have gone to the body so much more. I hurt my shoulder throwing as many right hands as I threw, and I was humming.
You were
them,
yamming them though.
There should have been like even this. I was like, man. What's
I mean,
it
you
gonna
could say
take?
more, but if you're tagging him up top, what does it matter?
right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. So it was working.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Come on, son.
It was all day.
Surprised he never dropped.
How do you not? Yeah. How do you
So
not
the
drop?
shot I actually hurt him with is in the second round, and it's again because it's against the end of this round. It's a left hook he doesn't see. He had seen the right hand so many times at this point, so even if I hit him with it, he could kind of roll with it and turn, and I could hit him flush. And those 10 ounces, man, I hit him with one. It felt like my knuckle hit him right in the eye socket,
And he was good.
and he still just was a tank. Dude.
Yeah.
But there's a left hook that we get into with about 20 seconds left that I don't know if I would have finished the fight. I felt like I hurt him, though, and I just didn't have time, unfortunately.
You trying to fight KSI or what?
I mean, listen,
or Dillon Danis.
by the way, that's breaking news.
Yeah.
You know, that's
just
KSI is fighting Dillon Danis.
yeah, that happened today.
Fuck that shit, yo.
In jiu-jitsu.
I was gonna say,
In
let's
jiu-jitsu.
get the idea here. What do we in jiu-jitsu? What do you guys think?
I don't care about Dillon Danis fighting anybody, dude. Let him fight his own demons first.
I
dude.
want to see him fight MMA. I want to see him fight MMA, honestly.
That'd be fine.
Oh, here's
Yeah.
the left hook right here. So
He looks like a
we
Super
come off
Mario
the ropes. I touch him with the right hand. He's trying to circle, and then, well, of course, I'm
Look at that.
Yeah, it's
super
all over.
hyper.
Look at that shit, dude.
little right hand there.
You were walking him down the whole fight.
Motherfucker, you
Trying to. The fourth round, I will say, I felt like I lost that round because that motherfucker was bringing it. He was like, yeah. I heard him in his corner before we came out, and they were just going crazy. He's going to stop. You got to get him. And I was like, bro, I'm tired, dog. Like, come on. Give me a couple.
I think people were surprised by your physique because you're so tall and you're pretty
That was
muscular.
right there, the left hook that hurt him.
Because in your videos, you're sitting down. It's like nobody
Right.
knows what you look like.
Yeah,
for real.
everybody gets surprised by how tall I am, for sure. Because, again, yeah, you can see on the screen, I don't look like anything much really kind of there. The shoulders, I get the narrow shoulders, narrow clavicles allegations, which, to be fair, is true. I built like a freaking beanpole. But, yeah, I think when people finally do get to see me standing next to somebody that's relatively tall, they're like, oh, shit. I remember that's happened so many times. I stood next to KSI, I was like, Jesus Christ. I stood next to Logan and Jake, and they're like, you're way taller than I thought, so... I think it's also the neck. I have like an extended go-go gadget neck. So
It's the model body, dude. You got model body, man.
Model physique.
But yeah, so this happened today. KSI Dillon Danis.
Underdog Fantasy. Hey, casuals, play Underdog Fantasy, which is the easiest place to play any fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry, and guess what? We use it here on the Casuals MMA. David, tell me about it.
Pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in this week's game for a chance to win big. You can win up to 1,000 times your money in a single night.
Wow.
Pick between 2 and 8 players or fighters
What?
to build a pick'em entry.
Okay.
That's it.
Nick, tell us your picks for UFC 312. They better be good. If they're not, me and Dave are going to beat you up in the bathroom.
I've been working on my picks, and I think I got it this week. Last week I didn't have it, but this week I got it. And let me tell you, it's the easiest thing to do on the Underdog app. I'm going DDP for plus 80 fantasy points. I think he's going to go higher than 80 fantasy points.
Gotcha.
I got Zhang Wei Li. I think she's going to go higher than 82.5 significant strikes.
Why? Because she looks like you?
And that's why I'm
bit.
picking her. And then I'm going Alexandre Topuro.
Ooh.
I think he's going to go higher than 40 significant strikes. And I'm going to win this time. I'm going to win this time, you guys.
Guys, sign up with the promo code TheCasuals to claim your free pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with our promo code TheCasuals to claim your free pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash.
A lot of money.
March 29th.
Is that going to sell anything, dude?
KSI can sell
sells,
with this
for sure.
freaking bottle of water you're holding.
But also,
that guy
too,
can't.
remember the Logan Paul Dillon Danis? Like, nobody gave a shit about it. And then Dillon Danis
Did his work.
does his
Twitter fingers.
work.
Yeah.
And
fingers.
everybody all of a sudden really want to see that fight.
Here's my thing. It's not a great fight, but
Clip it.
it's not. Yeah, right. Round 2, baby.
How many times did I fucking tell you? Stop talking
I was
shit.
going to say, where's my phone at? Let me make sure.
Yeah.
The thing is, Dillon's already been beat in influencer boxing. Logan beat him. And it wasn't a great fight when Logan fought him, but Logan beat him up. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. He
touched
really
him
have
up
an
with
answer.
everything, you know? Yeah, Dillon just never
He
answered
just
him
kind of
much.
shelled up and walked forward. That's all he did.
Just touched him. If KSI doesn't look damn impressive, this is a massive
Got you.
mistake.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
because he's already lost, and KSI's coming off a loss too, long layoff, but you can't really look worse than Dillon looked in the Logan fight. So if he's
got to put him away or something.
You gotta. I feel like if he somehow goes the distance with KSI and he doesn't really get touched up, it's like, ugh.
I feel like KSI style is going to make it seem where they're going to be hugging each other a lot.
Yeah.
Wild, man.
Because he'll throw and then clinch, and that's what Dillon Danis probably wants too.
Well, he's got, you guys probably know this because you're, the casuals. KSI trains the same gym as MVP.
100%.
Oh, does he really?
Did you see his style? He does the whole bounce
hopping
thing.
around the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a carbon copy of MVP.
Literally.
Without, the
Punching people. Without connecting.
Just
without
the bouncing.
the years of karate and karate behind
Without
it,
the
right?
timing,
To
without
be
the
able
skill.
and the speed to get
And
there.
this,
But
Lack of offense.
But I will say it's
Showmanship.
tough to get. It's unorthodox. Like you watch Tommy Fury, who's by no means a championship level boxer, but
how dare you?
seasoned.
Why would you say something like that? That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
How dare
I
you.
hope you fight him next.
How
Unbelievable,
fucking dare
right?
you, dude? I think you might beat him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have John Fury in my corner. Big John.
Dude, you should get Darren Till in your corner, bro.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
that was
yes.
amazing.
Oh, that's the
I
card
got
you're
to
on,
meet.
right?
I got to meet Darren. Yeah, he was the main event of my fight, and just what a good guy, man.
He beat
Dope.
Dude,
that fight
breaks.
was
Put the
awesome.
he put the beats on ATJ.
Yeah, we've been trying to get him to fight Uriah Hall because we had Uriah Hall on here. We're like, come on, guys.
Uriah's
that
dope
fight.
too. Uriah's a fun guy too.
But now he's in the GFL, so maybe those hopes
He's
are gone.
protecting his neck in the
Yeah,
GFL.
yeah.
Protect your neck. Whoa. How come they didn't give him an AI? I don't know. And the alien shit and whatever. I was like, what are we doing?
All right,
Attack from Mars again.
All right, guys, let's get to this heartbreaking moment. I don't know how you feel about it, but I know it can speak for us. We were very sad.
Y'all are big Izzy fans.
We're big.
I'm both fans, actually. I like Imavov a lot.
Okay.
But you love.
But it's because Adesanya and Anderson Silva are my top two favorite middleweights of all time. For me.
Probably the top two middleweights of all time.
Yeah, so it's like, you're going to, I also have OG bias. So it's like people that I've been with since the journey, since the beginning, I'm always going to vote for them.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that alarmed me was before the fight, I saw that video where Izzy was crying during his weight cut. And I'm not sure if that affected the fight at all, but when I see that of a fighter, it makes me concerned because I've never seen him like that at a weight cut. So I'm like, I wonder, like, what's the next thing for him? Right.
Izzy's always been a very emotional guy, though.
Yeah.
Right? When he had the thing on stage with
Drickish?
Drickish,
yeah.
and he's slamming his fist and he's crying, and I don't think it really factors in as much. I think for Izzy, man, it's just the game is the game, bro.
Yeah.
And at a certain point,
You mean Father Time?
yeah, father time.
Changing the guard.
Plus the game is evolving quickly. MMA is still such a young sport.
Yeah.
And it's not like Imavov brought something that Izzy's never seen before, but I said this with Connor, and it's not the same because Izzy hasn't taken these massive breaks, but your massive like flaws, if there are any, will be exposed more and more as you get older.
Yep.
Because your reflexes fall a little.
100%.
Yeah, your chin is been touched a couple different times, and what Izzy showed in that fight to me was the same Izzy. Like we talked about you outside, you guys were like, man, with that first round, and I was like, yeah, I was excited too. Like, okay, low kicks, like framing, doing all this, switching stance. The problem is when Izzy gets into trouble sometimes is when he switches stance with nothing to hide it.
100%.
And when he frames on guys, instead of, what I like to do, and I'm not saying I'm any fighter, but look at the guys that use that long guard in that frame. Their chin is under that shoulder, right? You frame with that chin low, but Izzy likes to keep his chin high, lean at the waist, pull back, and try to get away from it.
And all the times we've seen him get hit with that like left hook, right
Yeah.
cross, we've seen him get hit by that with Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
It's the same shot that has put him away in the past.
I always talk about this too. It's like, when you're at this like level, depending on who your camp is, depending on who your coach is, they're gonna watch all your tapes and studies, right? And like you said too, and we've always noticed this about Izzy, but he always does it at a different time. Izzy rarely ever hides his switch. He does it right in front of you. Those little moments, when you switch stances, you have a half a second where your base is broken, and that's when you can't defend. And he has a tendency to lean back. So he was literally here. He's reaching out. So he does this like his gauge. He goes, cool, we're doing this. And he switches stances.
Yeah.
Right then, Imavov capitalizes. And those are those little things at this level that somebody like Imavov will catch.
Because he can hit hard. He's got great footwork.
He can crack.
He's well-rounded. Like he was the perfect guy to beat Izzy.
You haven't seen many guys crack Jared Cannonier's chin.
For real.
Yeah.
Even though I've had him going, oh.
Yep.
And it's 4-ounce gloves, like all that. But yeah, Imavov is for real.
He's the real deal.
How much stock do you guys put in the eye poke and not taking a break?
Nothing.
0. Okay.
0.
I don't know how serious it was. That's the tough part. If you don't take the break, how serious is it?
For me, I put 0 too, because I guess like when you look at the Jamal Hill thing that happened, right?
Yep.
I guess I could kind of see what he's saying, where it's
like the reset.
Alex advanced, but when they reset, they separated, so he didn't really have the advancement that Alex Pereira had. So, if he would have taken that break, maybe, right? I think that my biggest contention was that I feel like the stoppage was a little early. I did a little bit, right? He was still working his way up. He wasn't flattened out. I think they could have let him go out on his shield a little bit. Do I still think the result might have been the same?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. But when you have like fighters of this caliber, you can't stop it like that. Because mind you, remember, Sean Strickland also cracked him and had him go to the floor too. He worked his way back up to the fence.
Give him a lot of time. Yep.
So I wish that would have happened, but either way, I'm not disappointed at the result.
I love that lead hand from Imavov too, that pull, that rake. Because that frame is there. You want to rake it down, open the lane. Bang!
Right down the pipe.
Love it.
So a lot of talk. Do you think retire? A lot of people are putting that out there. What is your guys' opinion? I say hell no. But
I put the thought out there because I was like, listen, Izzy has fought at the highest level of this sport. What else is there for him?
Is he going to be hungry to fight again?
That's what I'm saying.
To go through another fight
We talked about it with the weight cut. Like, you're seeing more emotion come out. But then again, maybe he's got a couple fights left on his deal. He's probably getting crazy money.
Yeah, why not?
Do fun fights for him. It doesn't have to be at the top level to still have fun fights. We've seen that in the sport. I mean, we saw it kind of crazy full circle. We saw it with Anderson Silva when he fought Izzy. He had to fight that young, massive name coming up. It was a passing the torch moment. I don't mind if he keeps fighting because he's still got skills at the highest level, but how do you get back to the belt? You got to go through Chimaev. You're going to go through the loser of Dagestan that already beat you. You got to go through the trilogy with Robert Whittaker, even though y'all are friends now. It's like, I don't know, man.
All those options are kind of away. They're kind of gone.
Someone said, I think it was Marvin Vittori himself was like, Izzy got to fight me now. It's the only fight he can win.
Yeah, we all want to see that. We all want to see that.
Nobody
They fought like 3 times already.
I know. Come on,
I need it.
You got to fight me, please.
The Italian stallion, baby.
Yeah.
You got to fight me, please.
Please, just fight me.
The way he phrased it was hilarious. He was like, it's the only fight he'll win. Fight me. It's the only fight he'll win.
I haven't fought in a while. I need a paycheck. Please fight me.
Hilarious. Because, I mean, you look at the lineup here, man. It's going to be a tough road
185
back.
is killer's row, too. There's so many young guys
getting
coming
better,
up to 185.
Who's Kyle fighting now? Didn't he just get a fight now?
Yeah, I don't think he has a fight yet.
Oh, he doesn't?
He might be trying to be a replacement.
It's interesting, too, now, because I feel like once a lot of these untouchable fighters, you see a little, like, chink in their armor. Chink
Goes
in the
down
armor.
there.
Whoa, brother. Wait.
Hard.
Whoa.
Hard armor. That's
See a little hello.
Bryce Mitchell.
Like,
What team are you on?
it kind of gives other fighters confidence to be like, oh, you're not invincible. And so now they're not scared to press him. And they've seen that with fighters who press forward on him. Izzy has to play a perfect defensive game in order for that to happen. But you slip up a little bit and they tag him, then they like start getting a little confidence. And I think that's kind of what happened. Like with Sean Strickland, when he tagged him, Alex Pereira, they got to see this guy fall. And they're like, oh, we can do this.
Towards the cage, too.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, every time.
Every single time.
Behind that, but that black line, and he's standing there with his back to the cage every time.
What do you think, Nick? Retire? Take a fight? What do you want as a fan?
I wanted to fight to the death.
I don't really
I
want
want
to
him an 8-0 losing streak.
I want to see him fight Shara. That'd be cool. I mean, like fun fights now.
That's what I'm saying,
right?
fun fights.
Okay.
Like
Fun fights where, you're not worried about it. I mean, you are worried about a win and loss, but you're not worried as much about like title contention, stuff like that.
I feel like you can go up to 205 a little bit and see what's up over there.
Give him Yuri. I've seen enough.
Yeah,
yeah.
honestly, like that would be fun. Like those fights would be really good.
If
Striker
Yuri
fights.
isn't getting knocked out by any of those guys, it's not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. I saw a video. Now, Yuri's last fight, super impressive. I saw a video of him blocking punches with his forehead the other day, though.
Bro.
Love it.
It's good strategy.
He's all
breaking hands.
When he's on the mic and he said in that fight, we were there. He goes. This fight, I decided to put my hands up. I'm like, where?
When?
When? I didn't see it at all.
He's the actual man.
He goes, I did different things this camp. Didn't show it in the video, but all right. In the fighting, we saw it though.
Co-main, we got Shara versus Michael Page.
Yeah.
What a clinic, huh?
I think we all saw that coming though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, listen, Michael Venom Page has studied under KSI for a long time.
What a fighter, dude.
Yeah, right.
Fucking fighting, man.
This is how he got so good. A lot of people didn't see it coming. A lot of people, I mean, look at the odds here. A lot of
Odds were
people,
crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
We're on the Shara train here, Shara Bullet. But I mean, MVP has been a stylistic matchup nightmare for so many guys for years.
You're not outstriking him.
No.
People thought he was not, like, you could not strike with him ever until Lima did it. And then Lima beat it and was like, oh, okay, maybe. And then he started, no, bro, it's not that easy. Like, he made Kevin Holland look like just out of sorts. He was frustrated. Honestly, that might have been the moment where Kevin Holland started to crash out,
For real.
like, MVP just made him look kind of mediocre, and he doesn't the same. Look at
Oy.
that.
He landed that like
Hook
3
kick, come
times
on,
too.
man.
And people have to understand too, like when they make that Douglas Lima, who the fuck is Douglas Lima?
Right.
Though? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you guys got to know who he fought.
Right.
Douglas Lima's fucking gangster as
he's a
shit.
monster.
And also, MVP 37 looks like one of the most athletic fighters in
Oy.
the promotion at
And-
37.
When up a weight class, he's flabby as shit. Which is
He wasn't
nuts.
even tripping about this fight either.
Yeah.
He looked so locked in, like he knew he was going to do this to him.
Hold that freaking check kick. Doom. Jab. Then he makes fun of him for it. Throws the head back.
I really liked like MVP too, where he kind of like stood his ground at certain points, which he doesn't do. And he's like, do the leg kick. I'm gonna time that shit and hit you with this cross. And he kept doing it. I think Shara just got frustrated. It's like, okay, the plan is he stands sideways. I'm gonna kick this leg out. He's like, go ahead, bing, bing.
Yeah.
And it just kind of deterred him from his original game plan, I think. And I think he couldn't make that adjustment.
His blitz and his range control is just
Yeah.
And look where he spends most of the fight. This is
Oy.
stuff you don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Like behind the black line, back on the fence. Please don't be there. And he's there the whole time,
Yeah, I
just
don't give a
holding
fuck.
that ground like it's crazy.
If he had another minute on that triangle, he would have subbed Shara.
Yeah,
He
100%.
was saying that.
He would have
was like,
subbed him, I think.
I would've-
He didn't know what to do in that triangle, low key.
He actually has like some submission victories,
He's
right?
sneaky.
He does,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's super
Yeah.
sneaky
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Man, do we see him staying at 185?
He says he wants Yuri next. That's fun.
All right, sure.
That's fun.
If honestly, if you're doing that, I don't. It's probably not. It doesn't make a lot of sense because where Izzy is. But if you're doing that, why not just make Izzy an MVP?
I think they're buddies.
They're
though.
buddies. They
Oh,
don't
they're
wanna
homies?
fight each
Yeah,
other.
they're like homie
Okay.
homies.
Oh, dude, yeah. They
I don't
were
think that's gonna happen.
glazing like crazy on an interview.
They did an interview together at
Yeah,
one
they're
point.
like, "Ah."
Yeah, they forced and docked each other. It was awesome.
But like, no, I think MVP at 85 is cool. I mean, he's a little undersized for it. 70, he's probably just tired of making the weight cut. He's
Yeah.
37, you know.
Yeah.
What I don't think is he should do anything at 205. Like,
That's too big.
Yeah,
of a
let's not do that.
Even though Yuri is probably the perfect matchup, but Yuri can wrestle a little bit. You know, he's got some
Yeah.
grappling. So I was really surprised. I know that Shara's not a massive grappler. Really surprised he didn't try to go low single. Like you think that part of Eastern Europe, you'd have something.
But he's never done it, right? In the UFC. We
He's
haven't seen
never
examples
his
of it.
taken
first fight,
anybody
his grappling
down
was
that
terrible.
much.
Yeah,
Like,
very bad.
so I don't know, man. I don't know what they do with Shara next.
Sometimes too, I feel like you know, with somebody like Alex Pereira, right? You almost want to beat the stand-up guy at stand-up, like, and you
That's
kind
the
of get
trap, though, right?
Yeah, you get snake charmed into
Yeah.
it, right? And so it's like, yeah, maybe I could, but no, I know I'm better. I could get him, and I think that's why Alex Pereira has been able to get away with a lot of his stuff because it's like, what if I'm the guy that fucking knocks out Alex Pereira?
Yeah.
And they want that with MVP too, maybe.
Serious question though. What do you think? How do you think this fight would have gone if Shara had two
Two eyes. I was thinking the same thing.
Like for real though. Like,
So which one's the bad one? His right eye?
I don't know.
Because he was landing the spinning hook kick to that eye.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I think
yeah.
it is the right eye.
I
Yeah.
can't see anyways, bitch. Do it again.
Like
I was gonna
it's-
say, is Michael Bisping's good eye the right one? Because I feel like there's something there. One guy may need to sacrifice. I think you give up one of the eyes and just like
someone give him an eye.
you're gonna have
It's
to
his
go
right
blind.
eye.
Yeah, I
right
think
eye.
it's the right eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
sure?
like
You're not sure?
behind-
You willing to put money on that?
I mean,
That's his good eye.
it's tough, man. How do you even get sanctioned to fight with one eye, dude?
That's why he's in purely
It's not even
Abu
like
Dhabi.
Bisping where you can be like fake it. Like,
Yeah.
no, I can definitely see. That thing is
Yeah.
often to the right side.
Different
it's
color.
taking a
Yeah.
right hand turn, different color. This
In a
guy's over
different
here
fucking continent, dude. That's where it's at.
focusing on way too many
Yeah.
things at
There's
once.
Abu
brother.
Dhabi eye, and there's American eye on the other one.
Jeez.
David, your favorite fighter lost. Rosenstruck.
Well, but what did I say was going to happen? That was pretty easy.
He's gone, by the way.
He
Yeah,
left.
they cut him.
They cut him right after this.
Which is kind of crazy.
Really?
Surprising.
Why?
Wasn't he like on a pretty bad losing streak?
Dana White.
No, he was not on a losing
He was pretty mad about this fight.
You know
He's
what it
like,
was?
This fight was
I'm
boring.
gonna tell you, it was Dana White privilege, dude. That's what it was. I'm gonna tell you.
The Russians.
No, I don't know, man. Rosenstrike.
Was it boring? I didn't think it was boring.
It wasn't boring, but at the same time, it wasn't what you expect out of Rosenstrike. This big.
Yeah.
By the way, really, really accomplished kickboxer.
Yeah.
You know, one of the best, and it's just for. It's not for whatever reason. It's heavyweight. That's the reason.
Yeah.
I also
You
felt
don't
like
want to open up on these guys.
Sergey kind of fought differently. He fought a little like tighter. He
Timid?
wasn't
Smarter.
not timid, just like his setups. Where he had like better
Tighter's
setups.
tighter's the right word. I
He,
think.
he was trying to not overextend himself, right?
I think that's, the criticism I think is a little bullshit, right? Because he rocked Biggie Boy 3 times in the fight, had him on sticks.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking
He
good.
pitched a shutout.
Yeah, basically.
Got some hammers, man.
And then on top of that too, like Sergey did a lot of work on his boxing. You could tell his head constantly off center line. Bink, bink, bink. I'm like, oh, this is a little different. Like he was a little more tactical. And if he wants to get a belt, he has to fight like that. He can't
Yeah.
just keep doing the one trick pony thing.
Yeah.
So what do you want from him at this point? And I thought the takedowns were great too. Was it a knockout that you were expecting? But also too, like you said, that is a kickboxer with a lot of accolades. What is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
I just
Tough.
feel like there's other heavyweights you can cut.
Yeah, the Biggie boy. Come on now.
Yeah,
Sam Alvey's still on the roster.
No, I think he's out.
He's
too.
finally gone.
He's out. I
Smiley
think
boy.
He might be in the GFL.
He's in the GFL.
Yeah,
I think.
chances
Yeah.
are. That's all the fucking jokes are now. As soon as Izzy lost, we're like GFL.
GFL representing China.
I can't wait to see.
So silly.
I'm so excited. When I tell you, this is not even like me trolling. I'm so excited for the GFL.
I'm
Yo,
glad
the
you're
draft
only-
got us excited.
I feel the same way too.
Dude, I was roasting so hard,
You were-
and then I kept seeing the roster. I was like, "This is fun."
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
fun.
And even if it is the circus, enjoy it. You know what I mean, like you can have a different product out there. Obviously, the PFL's out there, but this is just completely different.
Drug testing in the GFL. That's
Oh,
all I
let
want.
him juice it up.
Pride Day is
Yes,
that good.
Let 'em
please.
juice it up.
Everybody would be blind. Everybody would be Bisping and Shara Bullet.
They're gonna have to though, because like Frank Mir, how old is Frank Mir?
500 years old.
Well,
Dude, I saw that meme you were talking about. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, straight up light bulb, dude.
Frank Mir's a part of it.
Frank Mir's
Frank
he's
Mir,
on the
bro.
team.
And Rashad was not part of it, but he got drafted.
Yeah.
He was like,
I did not sign a
Like,
contract.
you made it.
No
Rashad.
consent.
Hello? What's going on?
no consent.
Do you have Vincent? You get him right.
I did.
Oliveira winning game.
Oliveira's a man, dude.
Yeah.
What a fight
We
he had.
decided to go with the
Monster.
Av as a joke, but obviously.
Here's a question: is the Dagestani style of fighting starting to get figured out?
I think so.
Dean Thomas had a really good point.
I think the grappling is like, because now it's like a lot, like say like the Usman or Magomedov. I don't know if you watched the PFL fight,
PFL.
but
Paul Hughes.
like Paul Hughes is a really good grappler. So
Stuffing.
Yeah, so if you have good anti-wrestling and you have good striking, you're going to be able to hold off some of these guys. And Oliveira's a great black belt, really good wrestling. All these guys are exchanging out of the clinch, you know, they're throwing elbows, they're making you pay every time you shoot takedowns. And I feel like that's where the game is going to evolve towards, is like in the clinch, right? So
Exits and entries, for
Exactly.
sure. For sure.
because a lot of times guys will wrestle,
Separate.
separate, and that's it. But there's nothing coming off at the end of it. So
Hold this elbow on the way out. You wanna
exactly.
do that again?
You throw a
There you
knee
go.
up the middle, you're like, oh, maybe I won't shoot again. Maybe I'll think twice before I set that up. So I think people are starting to figure it out.
I think we're also kind of giving like unfair expectations, right? We think everybody's going to be a Habib,
or Islam.
and, you know, and it's not.
Even
That's
if they have
not
the
even.
last name.
That's not unfair.
Yeah.
That's what Habib is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Habib coming out and going, brother, Dagestan
Number one.
number one.
he did the MVP. Brother.
Inshallah, right?
They're just like on a ladder climbing to see.
Like, I feel like Habib too. Like, I keep, I love watching his fights over and over again, just because, like, I wonder how strong he is, right? Because other people are doing. I feel like everybody's doing the right thing when they're defending his takedowns, but they're just not getting away.
But it's the volume, though. Yeah. Right? It's like, okay, you.
Chaining,
and,
yeah.
and he says it. He
Chains
goes, okay, you stuff this takedown, I'm going to shoot again.
Again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
Or
And I'm going to make you work.
You go watch him shoot like Habib. Like another part of it too is the cage in MMA, right? They are cage manipulators. They definitely understand how to put you on that cage and where to go from there and then pin the legs. But out in the open, there's some audacious attempts.
Yeah.
Habib is like hitting a freaking army crawl to get over there, and like, single leg, and then work his way.
And a lot of the times, like the guys who do really well aren't like Islam, for instance, right? Obviously, he's world class. He's probably one of the best grapplers we have right now.
yeah.
He's not just a wrestling guy. He's doing judo.
setups,
He's
everything.
doing he's actually having submission attempts. And when you have that all wrapped in one package, not a lot of wrestlers have that.
Yeah.
Like
It's
Bo
just-
Nickel don't got judo. He doesn't. We haven't really seen him do like crazy submission attempts.
Yeah.
He's just purely a wrestler, right? So it's like I think that's why some of these guys are getting figured out a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say, dying 2025, the death of Dagestani wrestling.
I wouldn't even say. I think like I appreciate Dagestani wrestling so much because it made everybody else level up, and now we're seeing this new age. Because like there's always like these weird cycles. Right?
Always cycle.
Hands. Oh, no more hands now. Only kicks.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is MMA has started to, in the last, I would say, last year or so, you're starting to see more boxing
Yes.
Yeah.
become prevalent. And
a lot more
boxing.
knockouts.
Yeah.
That was Jake
Head
Paul's.
movement, like parries, catch counters, all that stuff is entering MMA again. And
They're leveling up a little with their boxing.
Yes.
Jake Paul actually pointed that out too. I think he said like the idea that because everyone in UFC is getting good at wrestling and jiu-jitsu, it's like now it's just shitty boxing.
Kind
So
of.
it's like
But you're seeing the guys that are great, like in Alex Bejeda,
yeah.
start to really. And again,
Topuria.
Euphoria, stop.
Especially with 4-ounce gloves, bro. You can knock somebody out with a jab in MMA,
Yeah.
right? You know, like you could do a lot of damage just by touching someone in the face with a jab a couple times, and pair that with a good wrestling threat.
Yeah.
Oof, man, that's what
Topuria, that's what Topuria is.
That's exactly
Monster.
what he is. And you see him his whole time. His base is real low. He's just waiting for you to unload a jab, goes over the top, and knocks your ass
They
out.
say Topuria is. I mean, I don't know I haven't seen much on him. They say Tuporia's little brother too.
Oh,
we
he's
got to
fighting
see
this
him.
weekend.
Yeah.
Weekend, right?
He's fighting his
Dude, when
weekend. That's
Paul
gonna be
Hughes
fun.
was fighting AJ McKee, and you were seeing his boxing defense, I was like, holy shit, this boy is good.
He's so
dude.
well-rounded. Good, real professional.
Just
yo.
AJ had him against the cage, just throwing everything. Paul Hughes, bing, 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 rolled out. I was like, yo, who the fuck is this kid? Put him in the UFC, please.
Get him
Nasty,
over here.
bro.
I need him in the UFC.
And Connor hates him though.
Yeah,
See
well,
that?
he hates everybody.
Connor,
he's a
Did you see what
bootlegger.
Connor did yesterday?
What do you? Oh, he spit on some guy's
Spit on a guy. Walked right up to him and spit on him. He said, I spit on your face.
You do
You
not.
did nothing about it. I spit on your
I'm
face.
just a waiter here, dude.
The guy, here's the thing.
He said, "Let's go, Khabib."
Yeah,
Oh.
here's the thing. I will not, obviously, you can't condone Connor just walking up and spitting on someone.
But
It's
what do you
wild.
condone about-
That's-
What do you love about Connor? Why is he your favorite fighter?
He was for a long time.
He was all of ours.
Yeah, of course. It's everybody's. But you can't go out in public and just antagonize a guy and heckle him and
Yeah.
expect. And this is the,
Especially
the
somebody on
internet
coke.
come to life, right?
Yeah.
You can do this on your phone. You
Yeah.
can do this on Twitter. In person, you don't control what happens after.
Connor's not very stable. You know,
He's like
Very,
you
very like.
There's two people you can't do it to, Connor and Marab. That's it.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
two guys, and they're both like redheads. Like, don't fuck with them. They have no souls.
Bro, did you see that clip of Marab? He was just in Vegas, like filming a street fight, but didn't stop. He's like, "Oh, Vegas is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I won't stop it. It's crazy."
What are you doing here? Aren't you like a UFC world champion?
Why is he sitting in a parking lot filming
Dude,
this?
Marab is fucking nuts, dude.
the best
Yeah.
clip of Marab ever is him diving into that front row.
that's our favorite.
I watch
That's
that
our
shit
favorite.
every
Just
day.
bleeding.
He's like, "Oh, what an
He's
idiot!"
like putting snow on it.
I watch it every day. It makes me laugh so
Yeah, Connor
fucking
is
hard, dude.
is obviously going through something like that.
drugs,
Habib,
cocaine.
yeah, that Habib loss snapped him,
Bro,
Yeah.
ruined
Broke
him. Ruined him.
and you can see it too when Habib retires. If you go back and watch the clip of when Habib retires in the cage with Justin Gaethje and Connor's watching him do it,
He's like stewing, pacing at the TV.
Yeah.
Hey Nick,
You ran
can you
from
read out? Can you read this tweet from Connor for us?
Oh man, there's a lot of words that I don't
This is
think I
word
can
long.
say.
15 minutes, I done Aldo in 15 seconds. Shut. Oh,
He didn't know.
Why?
He even didn't know he was about to.
You didn't know he said this?
He was.
This is a diss
Oh.
track, dude.
he was so juiced about reading it.
He was
too,
like,
the accent.
oh.
Whenever I see this much writing from a MMA fighter and there's no spaces, I'm like, this is not.
He's
okay.
going
This
into
guy.
Tony Ferguson.
I was gonna ask you, what's worse,
CSO
Tony
at the
Ferguson or
end.
this?
I don't know. Tony Ferguson never said the N word and
What's
wrote it out.
crazy is he wrote this, then deleted it, and then someone, because Connor came to the inauguration, and there was someone
Crazy, also that whole. Thing.
Yeah, that was wild. There was someone,
This fool
I
got
guess
hacked.
one of these conservatives that Connor
Wasn't him.
follows or knows, this black guy. He's like, nah, Connor got the pass. And Connor was like, yeah, I do. On Twitter, I was like, no,
Oh,
bro,
no.
he just keeps going. with-
can't
Officer,
give him a
Officer
pass.
Tate. Is it Officer Tate, probably.
But that's obviously a terrible part of it. But also the going
This-
at Habib's wife and the kids
Yeah.
again.
Is drugs for sure.
Like
No
when you
way.
read
You
this,
think Connor's on drugs?
This is a drug post.
You think
for
he's on
sure.
what kind of drugs is he on?
Everything,
GHB?
dude. He's
for you to say, "Where's your offspring? We can't wait to see them,"
That's wild.
is crazy. dude.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
not the N word part though, but that one right there.
I mean, all of it. Right? It's just- but it's like, yo, show us all your kids.
Yeah.
Like we want to see your kids. That's what.
What does that
weird-
even mean?
I don't know, man.
It's like we want to compete with them. Like he won't, he can't let it go.
No.
That's
Yeah.
it. He just can't
Yeah.
let it go. Like, okay, you beat me. My kids will beat your kids.
I don't think so,
That was some
dude.
crazy shit, dude. I think like this is the hard part too. You know, people will accept even like this level of insanity and anti.
Fat, lazy, scared bitch, lazy fatso.
Fatso's hilarious.
Yeah, Fatso's good.
If you're winning and knocking people out still,
This is funny.
this is funny.
Like some of it is.
Yeah.
But like if you're losing and you're losing it and
He's
you haven't
losing
fought in
everything.
forever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it looks like the old man yelling at clouds.
and he's like all swollen and shit, dude. Like he just doesn't look in good health. You're
When
like,
Conor
somebody,
McGregor-
Merrick Health, please reach out. To
There was a
Conor
clip
McGregor.
of him talking to the Logan brothers, and then he just goes, "You two things are a bunch of side quests." And the Logan was like, "You can't even get your main quest done, right?" I was like, "Yo, that's pretty good."
Yeah, Logan was. I was like, damn, if Logan's hitting you with that, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the
How's
aura's
Logan
gone a
roasting
little bit.
Because you know before when Logan and Jake were coming in the boxing, they were the
Like,
laughing stock. Now Connor is just like the laughing stock of everything.
Yeah.
because he's just wilding out.
See how we're talking about Connor? Why does the UFC have so much stock though that they think he's going
Here's
to come
why.
back? What?
No, it's not that. The UFC, as long as they got hands on Connor, he can't go anywhere else.
Oh, these
So-
are just holding him.
They're freezing him out. Think about why Connor hasn't had a fight. You don't think they could put him in with Michael Chandler or
Yeah.
whoever?
Team
And
New
Connor
York,
would say yes
GFL.
for sure. They don't want that problem right now.
Yeah.
So you've got all these fights on his. I think 2 fights left on his deal. He can go somewhere else and be a star and create headlines, or you can just keep him on ice. And he can't make money anywhere else, but he can't lose you money.
Yeah.
He's chilling.
Because if he goes out there and gets starched, which is a good shot, then it just lowers the UFC stock massively.
BKFC, Jeremy.
His piss is gonna glow in the dark though. So it's like, how the fuck is he gonna fight?
Plutonium,
You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck is in your urine sample, dude? Everything.
It's just crazy to see how Conor has fallen off, man.
Yeah, I think everyone's saying it
has.
really was the Khabib fight.
I mean, you think about the moment.
That's where it started.
It could be, yeah, that's where it started for sure. It could also be the fact that there was so much inactivity. There's frustration with the UFC over how he was, not able to fight and he wanted to, and then he breaks his fucking leg.
Yeah.
And then he comes back from that, and it's it's the whole thing there.
It's all started with the dolly.
And it's hard.
It's bad karma for the dolly.
I was gonna say it's Conor turning into all this stuff. If you go watch 2017 Conor, 2016, 2015 Conor, he is all the stuff he hated.
Yeah.
The partying, the drinking. It's weakness for the soul. All that. And now it's
That was good. That was legit.
Now read that whole thing again.
Yep. Start with the N word though. Then work backwards.
Second line.
But yeah, dude, it's a generational run of just awful things.
Do you think he ever turns it around though?
No.
How do you?
You think he's done, right?
I think
You can't.
What if he
the
gets
only
another
way you-
lawsuit?
The only way you could turn it around is if you win fights.
Yeah.
What if he
don't
wins
know.
a lawsuit?
That's a fight.
Which one? The sexual assault one?
Yeah, 8 of the
I
sexual
don't think he's
assault
gonna lose. I don't think he's gonna win that one. I think he's done.
I think that one's pretty much done, dude.
Yeah.
What sucks for him too, he's talking so much shit, and Habib's just like, I don't care. I bet you that eats
Always.
him up even
Yeah.
more.
Always.
Like, just give me any reaction, please. And Habib's like, I'm eagle, but
Oh baby,
Oh, not yet, baby. Oh, baby.
This one.
Oh, baby to this.
we got a couple
Canelo
things to talk about
Alvarez
here.
versus Terrance Crawford.
First fight in Legion.
We got a couple. Yes, first fight in Legion.
I thought the UFC was going to take that.
Oh.
Fuck.
dude,
They had opportunities. I don't know why they.
I'm so fucking.
Allegiant's sweet
hyped,
too.
dude.
It's a cool ass stadium, man.
Hey, but you knew it.
You like Allegiant or SoFi better?
You know what? I think on the outside, Allegiant looks cooler, but I've only been inside SoFi, and I'm like, that venue was.
Oh, he was there for Kendrick Lamar.
Wow.
And Taylor
Turn
Swift.
coat.
And Taylor
I
Swift.
saw Bad Money there.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you're
we're
not
gonna see
so,
Kendrick
so,
Lamar
so
there.
you're not a Drake guy, is what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to leave the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's
I don't think any of us are.
No, listen. I will fend for my goat Drake. That was a
God.
travesty last night
God.
or a couple nights ago at the Grammys.
He won all 5.
The man gets.
Did he
by the way,
really?
what is song? What's the difference between song of the year and record of the year?
I have no.
Record is album? No, that's something
Fucking I
different.
know, man.
You
There's
know what?
synonyms to me. I don't know. I
They
have
had,
no
he had a
idea.
bunch of people in that room screaming A minor,
Yeah.
which is fucking crazy. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
the best.
This
I was
fight,
one of them. I was singing.
You're
my
in the
house.
room. You're like right behind Taylor Swift. You're like,
Yeah. I was from my computer.
This is crazy, dude. Terrance Crawford, a probably top 2, maybe top 1 pound for pound fighter in the world.
Yep.
Canelo Alvarez, obviously still top 5. 168 pounds. Terrance Crawford last fought at 154 versus Madrimov. I was there.
Big jump.
Massive jump. And I think the reason, I'm just going to say it, I think Canelo beats him. For that reason is probably the biggest one.
I don't want to believe that though. I don't want to believe that. I want
Which
to
is why the
believe
fight,
Terrence
like,
can
is
get
dope.
him. I want to believe it.
It's
but
it's
it's
the
that
dog
size.
in Terrance to do it. Like people are going, we're holding up the belts. I don't give a fuck, bro. You got to have a little bit of dog in you to jump up that kind of weight. And Canelo, fair play to him, he did it too.
Mm-hmm.
So both guys, I like the fight for. I just think Canelo too big.
They're also in their twilight years, so why the fuck not, right? Why not go out with a big bang?
Check this out. You would think Canelo's older than Terrance. Canelo's 34. Terrance is 37.
Oh, I thought Canelo was a lot
I
older.
thought he was
that?
late 30s.
Terrence
about
is
that?
37.
Yeah,
about
Terrence is
that?
37. I thought
always
they were
he
around the
was like
same age.
32.
No,
Damn.
man.
Canelo, the young bull.
Has,
That's
has Canelo been in his prime for like a decade?
He's been in his prime since he was, think
20?
about it. 21, he
Yeah.
fights Mayweather
Yeah.
That's
for the
crazy.
belts.
And then ever since then, fast track.
Yep.
Just all over everything in boxing. In the face pretty much since then. So, yeah, Canelo actually only 34. Terrance at 37. This is probably going to be, like you said, twilight years.
But X Factor.
Oh, my God.
But
this
X
is amazing.
Factor,
This is amazing.
people think he's Kendrick Lamar. This is That's an X Factor.
I mean, it was
so-
terrible lighting. Come on. Right, a little terrible lighting. I also thought
Hey,
that guy.
David, not the same person,
Hey,
brother.
man. Well, I thought the person on the right was Jafar from Aladdin. So I don't fucking, you know what I mean? What the fuck? Keep that in place.
Dude, that guy owns Saudi
I was gonna
Arabia.
say, that man
dude.
right there is controlling boxing.
He's gonna come get us, yo.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Come get this. If I was actually somebody who was famous, I would probably be a lot more scared.
This is
Terrance is so good.
Terrance is good. What makes Terrance great is his ability in the pocket, right?
Yeah.
He's a tactical technician in the pocket.
Oh, Sean Porter.
To put Sean Porter down was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, too, like we
late in
talked
the
about
fight.
this, too. It's like the way Terrance like switches stance is all hidden. You don't know. You don't know which one his lead is. You don't know what he's going to play with. And I think like that versatility just fucks everybody up. He's the best switch hitter in the fucking game.
He's round 10, dude.
Yeah.
That's so
Round
great.
10, he put Sean
Looking
Porter on.
fresh, too.
First time Sean Porter had been dropped.
If I put like top 5 boxers, Terrance Crawford is definitely in them, and so is Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Hey, who is your top 5?
If I would take top
Currently?
3, it's hard to say, right? Because if you want to talk about skill, if we're just talking about what I like to see,
Yeah.
it's Mike Tyson, Terrance Crawford, and Lomachenko. I know there's a lot of like boxing purists. You can go as far back as you can. I'm not a part of that generation. It's like I can only speak about the fighters that I saw.
Look at that lead hand.
Oosh.
So Terrance Crawford,
Right in front
Mike
of your
Tyson.
face. Long guard. Doom.
Who's yours? Top 3.
Top 5 right now.
Top 5, yeah.
So I like what you said about what you like. What I like are, punchers like Gervonta Davis. I know that he doesn't deserve a pound-for-pound ranking, but for what I like,
How fun is he though, huh?
he is awesome.
What do you think about his new hair, though?
I think anything that Gervonta Davis does is
pretty
so like bouncing off the wall. He's like a kid in a candy shop in one respect, and he's like a gangster in the other, and it's like so crazy. I saw him at like CVS when he fought. Me and Dan Canobio saw him the same night when he fought Frank Martin. He's just super nice guy, buying his candy, doing his thing.
CVS.
And then he just flatlines Frank Martin, and it's just like insane. So I like the way he fights. Obviously, Bud Crawford is up there in that top 5. I love Canelo.
Yeah.
Like Canelo to me is still
so fun to watch, man.
the most well-rounded. Granted, he's a little bit older and he doesn't move his feet as much as he used to, but he's defensively in front of you. You can't touch him while he's standing in front of you, which is what I think we're.
That's crazy, man. Don't put that in your top 5.
No, this is great to me. This is
The bangs might get in his eyes a little bit.
I'm thinking
Devontae
this is a backup singer for My Chemical Romance. I tried it. Who's Panic in the
emo
Disco
stage.
right now?
Hey, whose bad bitch is that?
David like licked his lip.
fuck
David was like,
I was like, hey, yo, let me get her number, dude. What's good? I don't like
Gonna
titties
perform.
anyways.
This is like freaking David Blaine and Chris Angel made into one, dude.
For real.
Had to
What
perform
the
a magic
fuck is
trick,
going
dude.
on, dude?
Gervonta starts doing
Billions,
magic
dude.
now.
What's up?
So pick a card.
man.
But yeah, no, I think him
Pimp Chronicles.
for what I like, him, Bud, Canelo. I mean, Inoue is a
we always
devastator.
forget
man.
anyway,
A
dude.
He
devastator.
just knocked some dude out last week.
Jayo Pataya at
Oh, yeah,
cruiserweight
yeah.
is nasty. I actually like David Nika too, like the guy he just knocked out. But and then you know what? I know that I've been one of his biggest detractors because he acts like a psychopath. But in the ring, I just love the way Ryan Garcia fights.
Yeah, for real.
yeah.
Woo! Hold that freaking lead hook, son. Rey Mysterio into the ropes.
Did Garcia fight that guy yet from Japan? Or
Nah, they called
got
it
pushed,
call that up?
Got
Okay.
pushed back.
He's gonna be fighting Rolly. In,
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh.
on the Ring Magazine New York card on the
that'd be
same
fun.
card Devin Haney is fighting on.
The build up to that fight is going to be
Amazing.
hilarious.
Amazing.
bro.
I can't
It's going to be
wait.
so funny.
Who's yours? Top 3?
Oh,
I really like Andre Ward. Always love Andre Ward.
oh yeah. If we're talking
Yeah,
all
yeah.
time, I got to redo this
know,
list. But
Like, those are the guys I like to watch a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
You know, Lomachenko. Can't stop watching that dude. And then, like, I've been really liking Bivol right now.
yeah, Beavis
Love
got
the
great
way
feet.
I love the way he
Great
fights.
feet.
So active.
If we're talking all time, the heavyweights don't get enough love. George Foreman. Really enjoy watching George Foreman, Larry Holmes.
Foreman
And the
just had weird
Klitschko
power.
brothers got a special place now that I've watched so much film on
Yeah.
them. And Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is the most underrated heavyweight in my opinion ever.
Most effective jab, dude.
And then he went to Emmanuel Stewart and developed a lead hook. Starts
over.
rules.
Hey,
So-
who's that Chinese turtle heavyweight? I like him.
Oh, the
you
dude that
talking-
knocked
oh,
The
out.
guy that knocked out Devontae.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Zhang, baby.
Zhang.
Zhang with the
Power's
bang.
nasty,
Chinese
dude.
turtle.
My name is Zhang. I'm gonna bang you in your ass.
That's what he says.
I think
Yeah,
he actually
Does he really say that?
Lead thing. Every press conference he starts it off.
My
that
name
way.
is Zhang, and I'm gonna bang
Deontay,
you.
I'm going to bang you, man. That's what he said.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
bang
see?
right now.
No, but
That's why he won.
in the ass part too.
yeah, that's it right now.
This is-
Right
All
now.
right, boys. UFC Yum Yum 312. Duplessis versus Sean Strickland 2.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude,
Oh, my gosh.
how good is Duplessis at comebacks, man?
He's really fun.
best.
So
He might
fun.
be the next star of the UFC.
I think so.
He's very likable. I listen to interviews and
I like
watching
him
the
a lot.
countdowns. I'm like, this guy has a future, especially if he starts beating all the top dudes on 185.
And he makes everyone cry at press conferences.
He's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
He's 2 for 2 for making people cry.
Strickland was that first fight had an opportunity to be like the conservatives' hero.
Yeah.
The America hero, Hell yeah. Come on, Strickland.
And then he
Whip his
lost to
ass,
South
son.
African.
Wait, who did you have winning the first one? Because
I had
we were
Dricus.
split.
I had Dricus.
You had your same.
I had Dricus.
After I watched it the first time, I was like, Sean Strickland. I rewatched it over the weekend. I think DDP won that fight.
But not confident.
It was just so close.
though.
It's
Yeah.
super close, right? You could, I think.
Do we
you could
get
flip a coin.
let's go to war, brother, or do we get teeps and jabs?
I think that's always going to be part of his game.
Yeah.
It's- The fundamental part of his game.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him for it, bro. It's so
100%.
hard to freaking deal with.
Like not a lot of people can land clean strikes on Sean Strickland. That's why all his fights just end up being like, I don't want to say there's not that much action.
No one wants to
sometimes.
engage.
Yeah, and it's hard to engage because he's so good at defending.
Really
his
good
range
eyes.
is really good. Yeah, his eyes are really good. Every time you get in on him, he makes you pay for it.
Yep. Eats you up, too. His jab eats you
I
up.
just feel like when it comes to all things equal, DDP is just on a rampage right now. He's really well rounded. He's getting better. Like I remember looking at his kicks in that first fight, and I was like, man, that left kick that he's throwing is a real problem for Sean Strickland. I'm leaning towards Dricus in this fight. I think Dricus is going to do it again. I just think the momentum is with him. I think
Dricus reminds me of.
Who?
Not necessarily in the style of fighting, but in the idea behind fighting. Tony Ferguson. He reminds me of a guy that finds ways to win.
that's exactly. I think that's his best. Like
He knows
weapon.
how to win.
Yeah.
He finds ways, even while being down on cards potentially or losing battles in the striking to change the game. He will find a way to either scramble, find something in the scramble. You might drop him. You might hurt him. You go back to even before he was in the UFC and watching him, and he's getting dropped or whatever. And he comes back, left hook, gets on top of you, submits you.
Like the Darren Till fight, right?
Yeah.
Till
Like
fight, the Izzy fight, like
it was all these fights are dog fights, and he still comes back. His conditioning's so good. He's strong as hell, right? Once he wraps up those legs,
That's his
like
key to victory. There.
look at this
Yeah, like-
wrestling Sean Strickland, double legging him.
and not many guys take down Sean Strickland.
Sean's got great wrestling.
He's got great wrestling.
Sean
So
would say that's kind of gay.
it is a little gay, I think, if you're trying to fist fight, right? If you're saying, "Hey, stand in the middle of this monster can and let's fight,"
Sean says it's gay.
it's a little gay. And DDP has to be like, "Oh, I'm not gay, dude." So
Yep.
then he's not gonna
I don't
wrestle.
know.
now.
DDP might just, come here, give me a kiss.
That's all I'm waiting for, just for the kiss. That's all I care about. It's like, kiss him again, please.
Izzy and Whitaker had the kind of the best analysis of DDP. They were like, he's the worst best fighter ever.
Bro.
Like he punches so slow, but then you get hit. It's like, how can you predict the ocean waves, my friend?
That's what it is.
It's the forward pressure. It's like he weaponizes pace, and I feel like for those guys,
That check. Oh God.
man, they
Still, one of the best bases for any combat sport is pace, is cardio. I don't care. Like you could be so unskilled, but man, if you can last,
yeah, because he's technically he's not better than all these guys.
Yeah.
Like skill wise,
skill for skill, no.
no, he's not. But his ability to put it all together and just not stop.
Ooh, hold that, baby.
So you're trying to say he's a white John Jones?
I want to say he's a white John Jones because John Jones does
black,
everything.
that's white.
very-
Idiot. What are you talking
there.
about?
He
Hey, that
does
was a
everything.
nice switch from John.
You're right, he's African. My bad.
John, what do you mean? John Jones is the skilled
Technical
guy.
Yeah, like he's the technique guy. His setups are next level, but DDP is like
So what are y'all saying, man? Round 2.
Oh damn, round 2. Oh, I thought you were saying you're calling DDP round 2 for this fight.
No, I'm saying this time around. What do y'all think?
I don't fucking know. Here's like where my mind goes, right? It's like if DDP just starts to really work on his takedowns and he just drags Sean, I think it's going to be a long night for Sean, right? But I always have this weird thing where if a fight, I feel like Sean has got a feel for what Dricus does now, right? And I think that might.
we
give
haven't seen him
Sean-
in a rematch.
I was going to say,
Exactly.
first rematch.
Exactly.
Good point.
That's the thing that's kind of fucking me up right now because that unorthodox stuff always catches people off guard the first time. But now it's like, I got a feel for you. Let's see what we can do.
That's very true.
And so now, I don't know. That's hard. I don't fucking know. But if I were to just say, I'm going to go Sean this time. And by the way, I'm 50-50.
This is a hard one.
I don't hate the pick, though, to be
Yeah.
especially the way you set it up with it being a first rematch for Dricus. Yeah, you know.
And they got a good team behind them too.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna do they know.
Yeah, Sean's team's dope. Yeah,
Eric Nixick, they know what they're
Alex
doing, man.
Pereira in the corner.
For real.
Yeah.
Just
Apparently,
saying Chamba the
Pereira
whole
hates
time.
Drickus for some reason too.
Yeah, what's the, I saw that
It was
headline.
like, yeah, he just hates him.
For what reason?
Because he beat his fucking best friend Izzy. That's why. He
beat
pisses him
everybody.
off.
He beat all his boys.
all his boys. Yeah.
Homies. Sean Strickland's left ear, as he's gotten into this fight, has gotten massive. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's gotten like so much bigger. He's looking like freaking Megamind. But
Look at Nick, self-conscious.
Shut up, dude.
I feel like I know,
like,
right?
I'm talking about me, man.
It's like purple. It's crazy. You know what's funny is like I have like the smallest amount of cauliflower ear in this side.
You jiu-jitsu?
College football. No, college football.
Oh, no way.
I'm being hit, and I don't know, something happened, but I get it drained. So anybody, like, if I go out and I see it, I'm like, yeah, bro, me too. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
right here.
You just gotta
Little
like put
pocket.
your finger in and like wheel it around. You'll find it.
Side note, what's harder, the boxing training or football training?
It's not even fucking close. It's boxing.
Okay.
Yeah?
It's not even close.
Really?
Can you
Brother.
break it down, though? Like, I'm curious.
You play a sport like football. By the way, I'm going Drickus. You play a sport like football, and you are training for small increments of explosivity. So you get 6 to 7 seconds to run really fast, make a move, whatever, and then you get to rest for 35. You're like, okay, I don't know. Okay, what's next? Okay, and then you get to rest. Boxing training is, in MMA too, wrestling, whatever, exhausting.
Nonstop.
I would challenge anybody to just stand up and punch for 3 minutes.
I'm good.
Impossible.
Not a person.
my workout,
Just
usually.
shadow box.
Impossible.
But it's like the most ridiculous. And then you got a minute to rest. And then you go again and again, right? And now you have someone in front of you. Now you got to parry and block, and they're hitting your shoulders. Like,
Bro, this
It's
dude
exhausting.
had to do like 3 rounds with Freddie Roach,
oh,
and this dude looked like he was
I
about
wanted
to die.
I
dude,
wanted to die. And that was the easy route. He didn't even do like regular shit
He's
on
just doing jabs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
literally.
I'm fucking tired, Freddie. Enough.
I did a mitt session with Nonito Donaire.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
Donaire, man.
Come on now,
Donaire's
Filipino
sick as fuck.
flash.
Let's put him at 5'2", baby. Let's go.
He is. I love him to death. I do commentary with him all the time. He's a psycho.
Yeah.
Nothing. He was like, we're not throwing anything soft. Throw everything you got hard as fuck. And we went 3 minutes of just jab, double jab. Come on, walk forward, jab, right hand. This is before I even wanted to fight.
Dry heaving.
Probing.
It was
he has a
we did
probing
3
right,
rounds.
which is very weird.
We did 3 rounds, and I was like,
Probing cross.
I can't move. So it was
I'm
in
good.
top
Filipino
rank. By the way, it was
Flash.
in top rank. It's before I ever fought. It was in top rank in front of like Nico Ali Walsh and like all these other big time boxers. I'm the guy in the ring. They're all like waiting.
Oh,
like,
God.
yeah, Nonito, we could just like leave the ring. Yeah, come on, throw.
Yeah,
Oh, that
boxing
seems
is
stressful.
boxing is pretty fucking
So
tough.
tiring.
That's crazy. I never like thought about it like that. That's so interesting.
It's ridiculous, man. And it's like sparring and like I would encourage everybody that if you want to ever know, just go and like shadow box, and then if you think that's tough, then go spar, and then you're like, yeah, bro.
You guys ever shadow box and then lose? That's basically what happened. Like, how's my imagination beating my ass?
Nick, who you got? Make your final pick, dude. This is official. Oh my God, you're smart.
I'm going Sean Strickland, dude.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm going Sean Strickland.
I don't hate the pick at all.
I'm going Sean Strickland. Just because we got Eric Nixick on here, dude. We got to represent the boys, you know what I mean?
Dricus.
I do want to see DDP against Hamza. I want to see him against Imavov.
I like the
do wanna-
matches. They're more fun.
Yeah, I think it's more fun matchups with DDP.
I will say though, I do want Dricus to reign for a long time.
Me
He's
too.
just so fun.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
I mean,
He's a great champ.
So I don't know.
You know
I'll
what?
go Dricus.
I'm gonna go DDP. Let's go.
South
Oh,
Africa,
2v2.
Two Filipinos, man.
Tag
Two
team boxing.
Filipinos.
Let's go. Set it up. Misfits.
Interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
right, dude. I'm fucking nuts.
All right, co-main event. We have Zhang Weili, and
Hey,
we
man.
have
This one's
Tatiana
tough.
is
This
coming
one's
back
really
from
tough.
a long layoff, though.
I keep going back and forth on this one.
Not
Story
me,
of
dude.
Tatiana's career.
Yeah.
He's coming back from a long way.
Ching Chong all the way. Let's
Yeah.
go, dude. Alibaba. Let's do this.
Who say that, Wade? Did you just say Ching
I
Chong
did-
all
that
the
was
way?
not me.
That's
Wade.
insane. Audio listeners.
Hey, put my
that's
mouth
insane.
over his. Pause. All gay shit.
That's crazy. I'm going Jake as well.
Let's go, dude. Yeah.
Nick, I know you're a big Tatiana fan.
I'm a big
Nick loves the
Tatiana fan.
grapplers.
I feel like, but I just feel like Zhang's going to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like her camp is really good. She's going to have some of those anti-wrestling tactics. Her stand-up is probably going to be better.
Super strong.
Yeah.
Strong as shit.
And she's really athletic, really dynamic. She
multiple
choked.
5-rounders.
Yeah.
Exactly. She has a ton of experience. She's probably the best champ at strawweight. Tatiana hasn't. Well, her last fight was who she just choked out. It was Andrade, right?
Yep.
She made that look really easy, and I feel like she's the bigger lady at this weight.
Weight cut is a
That's the big question mark.
part
Is
of it.
she going to be able to cut weight and be able to maintain a 5-round pace against Zhang? Because that's what we're fighting against.
She's
And
so fucking well-rounded, dude.
I can't go against
what
people that look
doesn't
like
Zhang do
me.
well? Like, at this point, every fight,
If this becomes like a grapple fest, then that would be the only issue.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh shoot, if Tatiana gets,
But I feel like Zhang got scrambles in the back.
she got everything, dude.
She
Versus
could,
Jan, though. She looked good.
yeah, man. She choked her out like 3 times in that fight.
She choked her out 3 times.
wakes her up.
Fucking ref helped her up and shit. Like Jason
That was
Herzog,
crazy.
help her up? You can't do that, you
Come
fucking
here,
asshole.
I got you.
Yeah. He's like, dude, I bet my whole house on this. Get your ass up.
You know what
Tatiana's
this card feels like to me? It's a great fight, and all these are great fights. It does feel like a boxing card.
Oh, headliner, yeah.
Top heavy.
front heavy, yeah.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, that's what this feels like.
Wait, Tatiana's the favorite. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting
It's the wrestling. It's the
Amelia.
hype.
Really?
It's the Tatiana's been in that top 5 space for a long time, and again, she's a big girl.
You know
I
what?
get it, dude.
I like Whaley. Whaley for
COVID
betting.
wins.
China
Whaley
number
for
1.
betting. Good money right
odds.
there. All right, Justin Tafa versus
Corpse.
Shara. Yeah, guys, diseased.
Is that
This is why I talk about this being a boxing card. I'm not going to lie to you. This is where the casual concept comes in. I know Justin Tafa. I do not know Teixeira.
He's a new guy. He's like a young heavyweight dude.
How's he on the main card?
I think they just want to see heavyweights knock each other
somebody
out.
Jake
drop out?
Matthews on the card, too. I'm
Jake,
just looking through
that
all this.
fight's gonna be good. Jake
Jake Matthews
Matthews,
striking
Francisco,
has come a long way.
Francisco Prado
Oh,
is
Prado?
really good. That's good. That's gonna be a banger. That's why it's an opener.
You like those?
Jimmy Crute? Got to go with Jimmy Crute.
I think they're gonna be good matchups. Like you may
I
not
was
know
going
who
to say,
they
these
are.
might not be massive names, but I mean, it's
Fun
UFC. They're throwing people in there that are
Yeah.
great matchups, bangers.
And this is when it works.
And sometimes what happens too with cards, like I think it's because it's a pay-per-view. It's the way I'm like, oh man. But like these are the fights where you're like going into it with not much expectation, where you get holy shit.
Yeah.
These kind of moments. Right?
Exactly.
Like last week you had all these expectations and you get the decision and you get to
yeah.
in the main event. So yeah, I think this will be a fun card.
I wonder with like the Tafa brothers, right? Like they hit so fucking hard. I wish like when I see fighters like that, can you just do some better conditioning? Because what we've seen in these fights, they wane so fast, and we are out of the era of the fat heavyweight, right? Like
Yeah.
these heavyweights now, they take their
Rest in
conditioning
peace.
seriously.
I miss the fat heavyweight.
Roy Nelson, baby.
Yeah.
You like a fat heavyweight.
You should be
Yes,
GFL.
big
they're on
country.
BKFC now, and they're looking juicy.
Rothwell,
Yes.
dude. Have you seen Rothwell?
Yes.
He good.
Dude, Rothwell be
Hey,
knocking
bring
people out.
Rothwell back over, dude.
Yeah.
At this point,
He's ready.
Bring him into the
He's
heavyweight
ready now.
division.
Yeah, he's
Come on,
clean.
stance. Let's go.
He's
I
got some
want the
cool
freaking
shorts.
cape. I
Yeah.
want the walk-in.
I want the lap.
all of it, dude.
I was like, Rothwell, get
Gotta
the
give
fuck
back,
out of here with
dude.
that, man.
That was good.
He went home and he cried for sure after that. He's like, fucking idiot.
I don't think so. I think he was like, I nailed that. Shit.
Yeah, no, he was about it. He
Oh,
was
oh,
loved that.
oh, yeah.
Also, you guys, we talked about. I know that I'm bouncing around a little
No,
bit.
bounce around.
We talked about the Canelo and Crawford thing. We didn't talk about Canelo and Jake Paul.
Oh, wait,
Wait,
is that a thing?
Thing?
Reports are it's agreed for May.
No
I don't
way.
It's not
Breaking
official
news
right
from
now.
Wade Concept.
He's gonna do that before he fights Terrance Crawford.
There are people reporting it. Rick Glazer reported it.
That's so
not,
disrespectful.
not any of the Glazers online. Rick Glazer. And then ESPN Knockout reported it.
Oh shit!
Wow.
They're saying that the agreement's in place. Now, there's nothing official, anything yet, no announcement, but
What?
If Canelo's like, I might as well just double up my bag. Why not?
literally would be the biggest bag you could make.
Is Netflix
Here we
doing
go.
this? Do you know?
I have no
Heard?
idea. I know what's out. That's the only thing I know. And this is
Come on, man.
By the way-
I know your friends over there.
you
were
know,
at the.
somehow-
I saw you did commentary at Netflix.
Hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Netflix. Shout out to my pops, Papa Pleb. We had Shaq on the show. It was crazy.
That's
Oh, that's right. You do live streams with your dad, right?
Yeah. Had Eddie Hearn, had Shaq, had Amber Rose. My dad looked straight the entire time because he knew
To her
he kn-
tits?
no, she was to the right. I was looking. She was to the right. He was looking straight ahead because my stepmom was watching. He did not want to get any smoke from my stepmom. So he's like this. She's right here. He's all.
I thought it was a guy next to me the whole time, to be honest with you.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I've never heard
ridiculous
of her
shit.
one time.
Amber Rose, what
I
is
didn't know
that?
that lady
Drink of
beside me. I
rosé?
don't know who that is.
Tell me about the slut walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like trying to interview her like a boxing thing. So you like boxing? She goes, I've never watched it. I was like, this is
Cool.
great.
Why am I
Yeah.
here?
I was like, also, what are the tattoos on your head? Apparently, it's her kid's name. She's
Oh, tight.
tattooed on her.
Yeah, she forgets it a lot. Though.
Dedicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is apparently, rumored. Wow, man. If this happens, and I said this, I was live streaming yesterday, and I said this. If this happens,
You're gonna make a bag streaming. We got it.
for sure. But also, you better respect the freaking steel balls on Jake Paul to do this because he doesn't have to. There's no reason to, and he's probably going to get demolished. Now, granted, he'll make a shit ton of money, but what's the big knock on Jake right now? Oh, fight a boxer, fight someone that's not old.
Yeah.
You step in with Canelo after Jake's got, 13 fights?
Pound
no
for
amateur
pound.
career?
Fight a legend.
Go ahead. And by the way, Canelo,
exhibition or what?
34. I mean, if I know anything about Jake and those guys, they're going to push for this to be a pro fight.
Oh God.
And it's like it's a dangerous fight. Like he could definitely get starched.
Yeah,
he
like,
could change his life.
This is not like, oh, you know, you can go in there and just survive. No, bro.
I would like Jake to fight a good heavyweight. I just want to see it because I do think Jake is
Jake
actually
versus
good.
like it'd have to be like a cruiser because Jake. I mean, Jake could make 220. Like Jake versus
he looked
like,
big.
He looks big.
Yeah, he's gotten.
His head's getting bigger.
Because I just feel like he is getting better. I want to see him against like other up and comers.
Here's the problem though too. With Jake, he's got such a big name. You put him in there with like whoever. Let's say, you know, Chev Clark or somebody like a cruiserweight that's like a good prospect but doesn't have a name. What's the point?
And you got to top Mike Tyson in a way.
Exactly.
Right?
Which
Like,
is why I'm starting to think
this is really going to happen.
fuck, this may actually happen.
Yeah.
I this would shock me if it happens right now. I thought a couple of years from now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, okay, Canelo's kind of making his
early.
way out. Not right now.
He's too young for him, dude. Like definitely Canelo has to be at least 60.
I'll ask you
and then
guys.
they'll fight.
If this fight happens, you watching?
Yeah.
Duh.
I'm watching all of it.
I'm watching the highlights.
I didn't want to watch the Mike Tyson one, and I was like, I'm not watching that fight because it made me sad.
And you couldn't
And I
because
watched
the
it.
streaming
I
was
watched it.
terrible.
Yeah. So
My
either way.
dad was so pumped. So this is why I brought my dad on the live stream. He was the other side of the thing. That's Mike Tyson. I don't care what you say about that YouTuber. Mike Tyson's from the old school, son. You know, that whole thing. That's literally 100% accurate impression of my dad, by the way.
What are you talking about?
So the first punch, if you guys remember, Mike slips and throws a left hook. Hit Jake in the throat with it.
Yeah.
My dad was like, yeah, come on, son, get him up. So excited, freaking the fuck out. And then you saw, if you watch that live stream, you see the emotion that probably millions felt. My dad just
100%.
going, oh well, he don't look like he's there still.
Yeah.
yeah. The realization.
I'm looking at your
It's
dad
Baba
now.
Flim, dude.
I'm connecting it all.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what does your dad look like?
Yeah,
Okay.
come on now. Look at the background. We have turkey call. Those are hanging turkey calls right
That's dope.
Oh, he's Southern.
there. Look, and you can't see it from where we're at. My dad was like, I would have killed Dillon Danis. He's like, I would have put one on him. But you can't see it from where the
Wait,
camera
your dad's
is.
your co-host for like a lot of these streams?
No, I just brought him on because he was such a big Mike Tyson guy
Yeah.
that I thought, oh, it'll be genius to
perfect.
get him to show people how people look at this fight versus what's really going to happen. You know, because I was telling people like, bro, it's not going to go well for me.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
But there's so you can kind of see it. Look at the deer mounted on the wall, bro.
Man, he's got a ton.
Yeah, man. This is Knoxville, Tennessee for it. Well, shout out Greenback, Tennessee, but that's small town Tennessee, man. That's where I'm from.
That's a real hunter right there.
Oh, dude. He'll talk about hunting all day. Look at, by the way, the difference in us. He starts making fun of me at some point in this podcast. He's like, yeah, well, one of us got shoulders, one of us don't. So
That's
you built
so
like
fucking
like you
funny.
built like a pencil dick. That's fine. I don't care. he just roasts the shit out of me.
You're not my son?
The funniest part is my dad is like a welder, right? So he's welded all his life, you know, worked with his hands, all that. And he goes, well, I got to be honest, Wade, you know, I'm proud of you and everything, but I don't know what in the hell it is you actually do. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you know, a true man earns his living by the sweat of his brow. You earned yours by sitting on your ass.
Yeah.
Like, just roast me the whole time. I'm like,
Let me know when you stop being gay, son.
he'll just go crazy, dude.
All right, Dad.
He
Can we
does
talk about the
love,
fights now?
Yeah, can we talk about the fights besides my internal struggles of being gay?
Yes, he's
Like, damn, Dad.
He's a wild man, dude.
That's so funny.
He's the man.
That's
though, dude.
awesome.
I love him so much. He's the best. If this actually is true and this ends up being something, I'm probably gonna have my dad come out again.
You have
That'd be
to.
fire. Have
Do
to.
it. That'd be
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Hey, yo,
Thoughts
bring your
on
dad
that?
on this podcast.
Yeah, we
Oh
want
my
to interview
God.
him.
If he did the rounds, he would be like the biggest. I swear, he'd be the biggest name on the internet because he's just so
Figure him the
unfiltered.
Hawk Tua late.
Because he doesn't give a shit.
Don't care at all.
Doesn't
Does
give
not
a
care.
shit.
He's the best, dude. But yeah, we'll see if this happens.
I hope
man. I
this
don't know.
happens. Any kind of final fights here?
Jack
on the-
Jenkins.
Oh, that's our
That's a
boy.
good
That's your
fight.
guy right
Breaks
there.
legs.
That's a good fight, dude. He's
Damn,
a
dude.
monster.
Check that.
I feel
stash.
really bad for anybody who fights that fool.
Oof.
Yeah.
We got Wayne Kong, David's favorite.
Let's go,
She's
dude.
coming back.
Yeah, you know what I say? Buff muffs, dude. All the way.
Buff muffs.
That's
That's
how
how
Buff
they-
Muff theory?
that's how it makes.
That's my buff muff theory. The one that looks more like they eat coochie more. That's the one I go for. That's it. I don't
Those
give
are
a
the
fuck.
winners.
I don't look at stats. I don't look at training. I don't look at
Is
nothing.
there like a percentage of eating that you would need to see? You said
Whoa,
more.
we never asked You that said before.
You said
You
more.
did say.
You said if they
It needs
look
to
like
be
they eat
zero
more.
That's
hair
true.
and your face needs to disappear into it like that.
Wow, okay.
That's how you do it.
Can't have hair in their brow. Oh, another one we didn't even talk about. Go up a little bit. Colby Thickness, crazy name.
Love it.
Scroll down.
Love that.
Who's his training partner again?
Oh, that's
Volk.
a name?
Volk. That's
And then we have
Oh, he's fighting
Topuria's
Topuria.
brother.
Yeah.
And they're both
they're
gonna be
both-
in the corner.
And they're both different. Wait, so Toporia's in his corner, and then Volk's in the other corner. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
135.
Toporia's brother
Down
looks
with the
so
thickness.
fucking good, dude.
He's good.
He looks so fucking good.
Everybody is saying this. That's why I want to see. I want to see if the hype is real, because Topuria is even the one saying it. He's like, I'm not the best one in the family.
Whoa.
Dude, if he knocks out Thickness, it's just like, dude, it's gonna amp up Volk and fucking Toporia's rematch.
They should do it regardless of what happens. There should be some sort of like face-off between those two. In
The
cage.
Georgian takeover is starting now, you guys. It's starting.
Dude.
Yeah, it's no longer send to Dagestan
No.
3 years to forget. Let's
go to Georgia.
Send to Georgia.
Yep.
Forget. This is him, huh?
I heard reports that they're trying to set up Topuria and Islam.
Topuria.
God, that's so fun. Huh?
I grab him like this.
That was the best version of himself.
Topuria and Islam.
Do you like
That's
it?
a
You hate
fun
it?
fight.
No, I love it.
That's
I
a
love
great
it.
fight.
Yeah, if he says he wants to vacate his belt, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I love it, man. Listen, you need interesting fights in the sports. You know, I don't really care about the double champ thing. I just want to see interesting matchups.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's a good matchup.
That's a solid.
At any weight.
solid.
And like, look at Topuria's resume, right? Why not let him?
some
do
of his
it?
boxing. That's what I want to see. Hoi.
The hammers, bro.
They're wrestling. The wrestling is you can tell muscle memory like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He hurts the guy and hits the switch.
he's beating him like he hates him.
Yeah.
Like, what did he say to him before this fight? Oh my
Threw the
God.
towel. Ref didn't see it. Look, the ref
Yeah.
had no idea the towel was thrown.
Oh my god.
Oh, that guy.
That looked street beefs esque. I'm not.
Yeah.
Gonna lie.
yeah. You
By
like
the way,
you like
street
street
beefs?
beefs?
So good.
I've been doing on live stream the last week. I've been watching street beefs. It's the funniest stuff I've ever seen.
They got really good fights. You see that big old Korean dude that fought Crow Cop who just beating everybody
Yeah,
up?
how was
Yeah.
it allowed to do that?
I just watched Blackie Chan versus Megafight. So that's
the
the matchup that I want
I
to
don't
see.
think I know Blackie Chan.
Blackie Chan got pieced up. He was 4-0
Oh,
in Satan's
shit.
backyard.
Satan's
And Mayhem came in 0-1 and tuned him up, dude.
What's that Naruto guy? The
Oh
skinny
wait, if you
black
want to
dude?
watch a good one, hold on. If you want to watch a good one, type in White Wolf versus Old Boy David. You'll
Dude,
love
these
this.
names are the
old
best.
Korean guy,
yes,
right?
Yes, you'll love this.
Dude,
Old boy David is.
Yes. This is the one.
We should
I
start
wish we had
breaking down
audio
street
for this.
beefs
Hold
more.
on. Do we have audio?
Yeah, and the headphones.
Oh, hell yeah. Please put your headphones on and listen to White Wolf.
Hell of a learning experience.
Talking with the mouthpiece on.
oh no, that's my uncle. oh no,
Dude, your uncle's fighting.
This is your older boy David. It's a Korea #1. It's a never lose. Japan is not a good country at all. You did this to my people. It's a comfort woman. It's a kiss in my ass.
Come on, dude. Old Boy David, the legend.
He literally looks like my mechanic.
Giant mismatch.
Oh.
Yeah, he does the kimchi puncher right here.
This is the Korean rage, brother. Oh,
Oi, oi. You see his mouth open?
Dude, that's a rooftop Korean, dude.
yeah.
That is the riots.
That's a bottom floor Korean. Brother. He was out in the streets fighting.
That's a rooftop Korean shooting people down.
You have to hear the post-fight interview from White Wolf here. This is what makes it so great.
I knew it was gonna be bad. Shout out to my stepson back at home.
Let's go.
Oh my God, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's
So
the man.
that is what I enjoy most about Street Beefs.
is the promos they cut.
That, their intros, their promos, and the fact that they think it's real. Like they believe, like he's like, oh, it'll be the next one. I'll come back, do it for my stepson.
Yeah.
You're fighting in a backyard
Yeah, man.
on dirt.
Dude, that old guy hits hard, bro.
Yeah, dude, Old Boy David's a legend.
What the
He's
fuck?
dropped many a guys in Street Beefs. Don't
He's
play
like
with Old Boy
he
David.
has a great record.
He definitely says the N-word for sure.
Wait, White Wolf
Rooftop.
or Old Boy David?
Old boy David.
No, White Wolf would never. White
Yeah,
Wolf is
old boy
he's a
David
sweet,
says the
sweet
N-word
boy.
for
White Wolf is doing the
sure.
parades in L.A., bro. He's out here advocating. You know what I mean? For an ally. White Wolf is
You know,
an
I've
ally.
never heard anyone shout out their stepson before.
Hey,
on a fight.
I thought he was someone's stepson.
Yeah,
I did
for
not
real.
know that he was
I was
the
like,
age.
oh, you
that-
got a kid. Oh, good for
Word,
you,
dude.
man. Good for you.
Dude, I would love to do
He's
one of those,
caretaker.
and then the person I'm fighting is that guy. It's like, oh, thank God, thank you, God. and it's
God for this matchup.
Yeah, just give me like 3 punches, I'll be fine.
Will you take that street beefs fight
Oh, God, no.
I think,
never.
I think you
Never.
kill somebody
against
though.
White Wolf?
No, never.
That's pro
Never
bono,
against
no.
White Wolf. That's my homie. No, and I would never. I would absolutely not.
Dangerous
Because
as shit too.
That's one of the more safer environments. There's one where they were fighting on rocks and shit.
Oh yeah, let's not
Oh,
do that.
no.
Have you seen the Korean versions of this?
The playground?
Oh my God.
The Korean ones are
Dude, you-
wild. bro.
Korean ones are fucking wild
They get
because they're
down
all
to that, huh?
they're actually all like professional
I was
boxers.
gonna say they get down. Yeah.
Dude, they fight in a barn.
Some of those guys sneak into street beefs too.
Yo, for sure.
Like professionals will
And they're
come
just
in and
killing
just
people.
Some of those
they're like,
Korean
oh,
dudes.
I'm not. I don't have any professional fights, but I want to shout out my MMA gym, my boxing gym, and they just go in and start. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Pull back counter.
And the other
Yeah,
guy's like,
people.
hey, I'm here to have fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
killed people
killed.
for 14 years, but I never trained. Like, all right, guy.
W channel.
Dude, you got any fights coming up? Can you announce anything? What's going
I
on?
don't have any fights as of right now.
Who do you want to fight, though, is the question.
I mean, listen, man.
Don't lie,
We have a lot of options right now. I'm in a good spot.
Just give me some. Just throw names out there. We don't.
There's honestly there's a ton of names that potentially could do it, but the goal for me is to just do stuff that I like, that challenges me and puts me in a position to go, you know what? Let me get up out of this chair and go do some shit, you know? That was the idea with the first fight. Honestly, it's about me, and I don't mean that selfishly, but like I really don't care about the name. It's about like the challenge, what do I want to do with it, and does it make sense for content?
Collegiate athlete, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
You know?
amazing.
He's
Like,
gonna fight.
I want to do
right
cool
there.
shit. Like that's always been my thing. Is I want to do cool shit. It's why like I love doing commentary in different places. I love doing the watch parties with my dad. Like how cool is it? My dad get to watch Mike Tyson. Never got to see him live. I get to put him freaking in the corral, ringside, in Mike's corner, and
That's
he gets to watch
awesome.
his
That's
one of
He
his
still
favorite
calls you
ones.
gay.
Yeah. and then I'm a pencil dick still. But like, no, it's so dope. So that's this year is like do cool shit, you know. So
But this year for sure a fight. Another one.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I can't
Yeah, I
wait.
think
That's so exciting.
Give him some names. What are some names that?
Paige Van Sant, OnlyFans collab.
Oh.
By the way, Paige Van Zandt got dropped in Misfits. She came in and fought one of the Misfits girls.
Oh yeah, we saw that. And
Shout out,
That was
bro.
surprising.
Don't go to.
She's GFL now though. She's GFL.
Dr. Mike.
Dr. Mike's a homie. I don't know, man. It'd have to be somebody I got some real like. I'd want to get juiced up to fight. I don't want to fight Dr. Mike.
Yeah,
He's
Dr.
such a
Mike
good
seems
guy.
like
He's
a
helped
guy.
me with like.
What if Dr. Mike's
Yo,
doing
He's doing my blood work.
I'm
But
like,
I wanna
yo,
fight you,
Doc,
though.
I got this going on. What I need to do?
But what if Dr. Mike says he wants to fight you, though?
All right, we talk about it.
Yeah. I think that would be a good, because you did one, Dr. Mike did two.
By the way, ballsy. The second one he did.
Yeah.
Got
Who'd
in
he
there
fight
with
the
a real.
second one?
I think he got. Was it Chris Avila? I don't
It was
remember.
Chris
He got
He
in there
fought Chris Avila?
Yeah, Chris Avila beat the
and
shit out of him.
tuned him up. But hey,
Dude, Dr. Mike's a gangster.
Gangster.
To fight Chris Avila?
By the way,
he's a pit bull. That
with
guy.
no reason to fight at all.
Yeah. A real
Fucking
fighter.
make it bank.
30 million views per video or something like get out of
And
here,
he's
bro.
still a doctor.
Yeah.
So that fucking YouTube makes way more than his regular shit.
I mean, listen, yeah, it'd have to be somebody like that I got some real animosity with, and there's somebody out
you
there.
gotta say something.
Anthony Taylor?
Come on now.
No, Anthony Taylor's a homie.
How's everyone a homie, dude?
He's
a nice guy,
I'm a
dude.
nice guy.
People
bro.
like him.
I'm a nice guy.
People like
You
Wade.
really got to do me dirty to.
KSI, we're going to call it, dude.
KSI.
That would
Winner
be
of
so
KSI.
fun.
And the winner
Dillon
gets to
Danis.
own Misfits.
Yeah. I love
Deal.
that, dude.
Gil, you're good at this.
Yeah,
That's
that,
big.
that,
All
that
right,
deal's
So
gonna
it's
happen.
gonna be you versus KSI, dude.
In your corner, White Wolf.
And when you fight him, dude, when you fight him, you just have to put your hairline all the way back here, just inside. You don't have to say nothing.
Jeez.
You just shave it
Bald-
right here, and you just start it there, and don't say nothing. And then he's just gonna be, oh, you think you're funny, huh? It's like, what? Can't hear you over your forehead.
Yo,
Please continue.
please let David be your promoter at the press conference.
Yeah,
I think
Have
a
him
lot of
walk in
people-
with the suit on and the freaking Don King deal.
Yeah,
on.
yeah, hit me, dude. I'll suck your dick right now, dude.
You're Al
I'll scare him.
Heyman.
Yeah, you think he's gay? Shit.
I'll show you.
I'll show you right now. I'll suck the foreskin off you.
All right.
That's the name of this episode. That's the name of the episode. I think.
Who's gonna fight me, dude? I refuse to fight him. He sexually harassed me.
Full Tommy Fury.
Anything else you got to promote?
I mean, listen, we do have. I mean, anytime I'm going to be commentating, I want to say it, even though might not be influencer boxing. I'm at March 7th. I'm doing Most Valuable Prospects up in Canada.
Whoa.
Canada. So I'll be up there doing that.
Pay those tariffs.
And listen,
Pay those tariffs.
They're like, we're gonna impose tariffs on you. No more Canada
take
pride.
that, Trudeau. Take this, Trudeau. Yeah, I'm doing that. We do have merch at Merch Labs. I don't know the link, but I'm sure you guys. I'll get it to you. You can put it down there.
Send it
I
all.
should know the link. That's terrible of me. But yeah, man, gonna keep grinding on YouTube. I'll have another video coming out today. I just posted one this morning. I have another one tomorrow. The grind never stops, baby.
Dude,
Let's
you
go.
live close to here. Come back here.
We got to break down fights
all
more.
the time. Break down
Please.
fights with us.
Yes,
100%.
This was so fun. I appreciate you guys for having me, man. These type of environments. I'm kind of doing it by myself. I love this way more. So
Yeah.
definitely come.
It's just so much fun doing with some other people.
yeah,
you know?
man. Yeah, it's like not in the freaking dungeon in my room, being like, well, today we're gonna talk.
my dad making fun of me all the time.
Do you love me now, Dad? now.
Stop sleeping with your ass
Doja
up, gay boy.
Guys, we'll end on that. Give it up for Gay Boy, Pencil, Shoulder, Wade.
Oh